Hello everyone, this is Kam and welcome to another BOTB video, and today we're covering the Dream Car Competition picture week number 36. So before you get started guys, make sure don't forget to give some thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining the patrons guys. Link in the description below. Membership starts from only £3 for the whole month. You can get access to the VIP WhatsApp and the Facebook group. As you guys know, we got loads of winners in the patrons family, and make sure join Patreon. You get access to the VIP WhatsApp and the Facebook group, and where we do the average pretty much every single day, and you can get help from all the winners and the host members. Also guys, just to let you know, join the other channel, subscribe to the other channel please, because from next week I am going to do the live streams on this channel. So Cam's BOTB strategy, just search for this and subscribe to that channel, because obviously otherwise you wouldn't get notified when I go live. So make sure subscribe to that channel guys, very very important. From next week, so from next competition, from Monday, so which is the next live stream for the new picture, I'm gonna live stream on that channel only. So make sure you guys subscribe. All right, okay, so a lot of people watching. Let's see who joined. Murshad Khan, how's it going, brother? Hope you're good. Hi, Baxi, hope you're good. Hi, Roston, how's it going, bro? Hope you're good. Okay, let me just, for some reason, it doesn't show how many people watching. Guys, smash that like button. We need to get 200 likes on this video, guys. Come on, let's get to 200 likes as soon as possible. All right, so let's quickly just open this up. Okay, right, so we got about 30 people watching. That's amazing. A lot of people joining, so you guys can start submitting your coordinates. Please guys. All right, don't leave it for the last minute. Red Star, how's it going, mate? Hope you're good. So let's go ahead and have a look at that new picture. Okay, right, so obviously there's some offers going on with Ultimate European, UK, USA, and Far East prizes. So obviously if you fancy one of this, go ahead and play for them. I am probably going to play for the free ticket that I played for, which is the Range Rover. I will play for that. I've done my free ticket, so I'll just pick, I don't know, I'm probably going to play about 10 tickets, 5 tickets, not sure, but we'll find out in a bit. I normally play on Sunday. So yeah, so guys, make sure don't forget to subscribe. Once again, I'm letting you know to that channel, because I'll be doing the live streaming on that. Okay, right, so MS Amit, how's it going? Hope you're good. Hi Damien, hope you're good. Adam, how's it going? Alkish Patel, what's up? How's it going, bro? Hope you're good. So let's start with drawing some lines on this picture. This is the first time we're looking at it. Patrons has already done the average for this week's picture, and that looks quite good. So make sure you guys join Patreon. Also, the last week's Dream Car Patreon average was also quite not too bad, actually, better than the stream and everything. So make sure you guys join that. So a lot of, let's have a look at this. Let's start drawing lines. We've got Darren with us. Hi, Darren.
Hey, hope you're right.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You?
All gravy.
Cool. Okay. Right, so there we go. I don't know. I mean, I am coming up with, I saw a lot of people are going quite a bit to the right. So I'm not actually on this picture going too much to the right, but in a bit probably. So what I did when I drew the lines, when I first looked at it, I went sort of this angle, as in, let me just show you quickly. So looking at its face, how it's positioned, for example, around this, and then so I am roughly coming up, especially with the X, around this area ish. It could be right, could be left, depend where most of the judges are going, but I'm just sharing my thought on this picture. So that's based on my first look. Obviously it might change after a while, like by Sunday I might go higher, lower, or whatever, but we'll find out soon. So let me just put my cross there, which is Oh, I actually didn't go that much to the right. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just put my free ticket. That would be better. Let's see. I put a rough idea, rough area where I went. That's near 1600. So okay, so, 6 around this area. I went quite high compared to a lot of you. So around this area, but like I said, it's only my free ticket. I might be completely wrong where I went. I could be miles away, zone 3 as usual, and stuff like that. But you guys go with your guts and put your crosses wherever I think you should put it. But yeah, there you go. So how did you do, Darren, on the dream car? Was you all right or
Zone 3, mate.
zone 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they
joining
went too
your
much to the
club.
left on that picture, didn't they?
Yeah, they went too much. The annoying thing about it is, though, when I was lining it up, it was literally above that white dot.
Okay.
And then I moved it to the right to get the angle of the height. So all week I left it on that page, come to it on the Sunday, and then I was checking it out, and I was like, it just doesn't work. Like, it needed to go to the right. And if you look
Mhm.
back on Sunday's stream, when I was like this, I was like, go a little bit left, up, down, left, right, all that bullshit. Um, I said for the target, the first time I said stop, it was over on the left, and that's where the fucking judges went.
Oh,
Which
okay.
it wasn't far from where Ricky went as well, near enough.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I went to
Yeah,
the
I mean,
right.
it is what it is. I mean, it's their thought process. Obviously, that's not
Oh yeah,
always going to match with ours. So,
you
yeah, a
just
lot of
move on.
people
You
has
just move
got
on,
quite
don't you?
annoyed. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people has got quite annoyed with the judges, especially Royston emailed them, Dean emailed them, and then there was other people emailed them and stuff like that. I've got a message. I was flooded. My Instagram account was flooded with messages saying poor judging, poor judging. I was like, don't tell me I didn't do the judging. Go and tell BOTV. So BOTV must have got a lot of emails from people.
See, they've made it a bit awkward for themselves with only having 8 judges now.
Yeah,
As soon as they start removing like 1, 2, and I think they removed 3 off this week's, it only left
yeah,
5. So it it's one of them where you just got to go with it. You've got to think outside the box effectively of this is logically where the ball should be, but where are the judges going to go?
yeah. I mean, I got messages like, Cam, why did the judges go more to the left? Now, it's better to watch the video. Why did they go there?
Because they
And people
watched
are
it
asking me
through.
like I work for BOTB or something. I'm only a player like you guys. I mean, it's other ones that were saying you told me to go there. I went there. I was in zone 4. I didn't tell anyone to go anywhere, bro. I what I'm doing here is taking people's coordinate and doing an average. That's all I'm doing. So
And
the average that you see in here, that's based on people's coordinate.
and
Not
that's what
just
I'm
BOTV,
getting.
even I got the hate as well. But it's not me, guys. Come on. I want to win a sport and I'm a player like you. And it's what
That's
can I say?
pretty much why I stopped giving a coordinate. Because if you remember when I rejoined, when I got lifted off my ban off Dreamcar, and
Yeah,
I was like, it's definitely there, definitely there, definitely there. I was getting shitloads of hate because people were like, "Oh, you told me the wrong area. I've spent 400 quid," and I'm like, "That's where I
yeah,
went." You can line it up just as good as me, but it
yeah,
was yeah, you get the hate, but
yeah,
you just move on, don't you? I mean, different people have different perceptions of pictures, and it's one week you'll be bang on and everyone's like, "What?" And then the next week you're like zone 3 and everyone else is zone 1, and it's like, all right, cool. I mean,
yeah.
there's been a few times, well, more than a few times, where I've been nowhere near the stream, and it's landed what it's landed where the stream is, or it's landed where I am, and all the streams kicked off, and I'm like, well, I saw it how the judges saw it, or vice versa. So
I mean, I'm gonna say something that I might get a lot of hate for that, but shall I say it? Okay, I'm gonna ask you that question. When do you think there would be bad judging according to us? When does that happen?
when people don't win credit back and they end up fucking far out zone 5 and shit.
I mean, when there is, as you mentioned earlier, some week you're gonna be in zone 3, I'm gonna be in zone 1. Some week, I'm gonna be zone 3, you're gonna be in a runner up. So that's what happens normally. But there is few pictures and few weeks that everyone is in zone 3, or there is few times like everyone pretty much is within the zone 2. Zone 2 is still a tight area. So these kind of weeks when we judge the judges, basically we judge their abilities, we judge so many things. But if you think about it, we are normal people. Even though I watch football, Darren watches football, probably used to play before or something. There's so many of you probably play football, watch football. But think about it. What's our level of, even if we are a footballer? If some of us, if we play football, I mean, we don't play for England, or we don't play for a Premier League or something, or La Liga or whatever. Those judges, obviously, they were referee or player of Chelsea's, of Tottenham, of, do you know what I mean? They're like that level. I mean, say you are so good at playing football and in your area you are the best and everything. And if you go and play against Cristiano Ronaldo, you will realize how shit you are. Do you know what I mean?
The
The
thing
reason
is,
I'm
right, if
yeah,
if you look back at Gary Lineker when he was a guest judge,
yeah,
he's a professional player,
yeah,
and they should do that a bit more. Like get guest judges in and have
yeah,
have the ninth official, if you know what I mean. But instead of it just being referees as well as linesmen as well as all that sort of
yeah,
shit, should actually get football players in. Um, More fresh ones. Obviously, I know that a couple on the panel have been football players, but not in my lifetime. I can't remember any of them.
yeah.
Uh, but
MT was is a footballer. I think he plays for not a professional, but he
yeah,
is regular player kind of thing.
it's get like guest
Yeah,
stars like Gary Lineker. You could get other ones. Put I mean, I don't know about Paul Gascoigne because he might be pissed, but uh, he might actually go fucking far off if he's gone off the wagon again. But
yeah,
um, it's just to mix it up, keep it alive and use an actual footballer's point of view. That if he's like Gary Lineker or some shit like that, you'd actually just be like, oh well, instead of just ripping into him if he's in the wrong area.
true, true, true. Aaron, how's it going, brother? Hope you're good. Okay. What I was I gonna say was, even say Gary Lineker was a judge for one day, I think, or a supercar week or something.
Yeah,
And
he
I
did
think
it
he got
once.
taken off. He has got taken off that day, didn't he? Like his coordinate.
I can't actually remember. I'm going to search back.
I mean, whatever he did, he probably didn't do very good. I mean, if you can't blame him because he was thinking of the real life scenario, not just what's happening in the picture, or there's two kind of thinking. Like when you look at a picture,
Yeah.
most of the time the ball is probably not gonna be even in the frame.
So, Carolina BOTB's post, I found it. It was April 28th, 2020.
Yeah.
So, let's scroll back to 2020 winner. April.
Submit your coordinate, please, guys. Everyone's that watching, and smash that like button. We've got loads of people watching. Don't leave it for the last minute, please. And let's get to 100 likes. Come on. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, the reason I was talking about the professionals and normal people is obviously their view always is going to be slightly different than us. In some pictures, even the picture that the week just went past, I understand where we are coming from. Most of us were in a certain area, but they probably had a different view for that picture. I mean, we're not that much of an expert to judge. I mean, sometimes they go with the eyelining. I understand that. Sometimes it could be completely based on body language, completely based on is it a 3D way you need to think of about that picture? Is it a different angle you can see? Something that can probably instantly see that we can't see.
Yeah,
If you know what I
search
mean.
for DMYTRO. He's the winner of the week that Gary Lineker was on there.
TRO.
No, Delta Mike Yankee T. Oh, I forgot what fucking T is in.
1 second, 1 second.
T for tea bag.
Delta Mike Yankee, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. Is the Porsche in it?
Tango.
Is the 911 winner, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Gary Lineker was there, yeah.
That's. I didn't know whether to play it or not because obviously the sounds. But
Father Steve. Father Steve. Father Steve. Oh, man.
oh, you changed it. You didn't see what I did there, did you?
No. I was just taking coordinates.
I kind of knew what you were doing. That's why I was kind of shaking my head.
Just change it back a minute. Just 1 minute. I'll show you what I did. I went like this.
Cheers, Darren.
Just if I give you some love juice. I'm going to play that, skip through it and just see where Gary Lineker went. One, two, three, four, five. There was only 6 there as well, but Gary Lineker was the highest judge on the pitch. Yeah, on the judging. They took out Kieran Fitzgibbon, sorry. So Gary stayed there.
Oh, is there a special guest this week, or?
No, I was just saying, like, they should mix it up, get some professional players in that is recognisable or something like that. I know there's implications of costs and stuff like that, but
Yeah, but it's not going to cost much for like half hour, is it?
what was that? What's that? Darren has said many times body language is a big part of guessing where judges are going to go. The judges will always throw a howler in at some point, but I do believe that the average
Produced by the stream and the patrons. Well, 90% of the time we'll get within the win zone, yeah?
Yeah.
True.
I mean, where the actual win was over on the left was literally still within that box. So, and that's 160,000 pixel box. Now you move it a smidge left, smidge up, smidge down, right, input to us. That's 200 pixels over, but in reality, that's only a smidge by the ball.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Christian, have you got your? Did you get your thing yet? Mustang. You told us that you went for the car. Did you
What
get
colour did he
the
go
delivery? Huh?
What colour did he go for?
I forgot. Completely. You
Because
won the Mustang and 50k, didn't
that was the yellow Mustang, wasn't it? That looked epic in that colour.
he? That was a green one. You got surprised with, I think.
No,
Was it a yellow?
it was a
Probably.
yellow because they brought it down his drive. I think it was. He was cutting wood and all that lot, wasn't he? In that garage. Because
You know, how's it going?
all the hog roasts and I think that's the same geezer off the top of my head. But I'm gonna kick myself if it's not.
I'm just looking now. Yeah, it was green and yellow. That's not the one. No, that was a GT. How long ago was it?
Not very long ago. I think there was a month ago, 2 months ago. I think. Yeah. Oh
Yeah, it was a
shit.
yellow one. Yeah, it's the same geezer I'm on about. He had the hog roast company. And they surprised him on the Monday, didn't they? They went up there on the Monday.
Yeah,
Excuse
when you doing some on the Tuesday.
15th of October. Oh, great. Can't wait. I bet you can't wait, bro.
Jet Fighter Grey. Ah,
That Mac one, you know, the one that advertised with that color.
yeah.
Such a nice color, man. Such a nice color. But you went for the manual, man. That's the thing. Come on.
No, manuals, that's a true driver.
I understand that, but
It's all about changing gear in it, like getting
I
more.
know, but it's a 5 liter car, as in you don't manual doesn't is not really gonna make much of a difference. If it was a 2 liter turbo ish or 2.5, I understand that, like, you know,
Yeah, but
five
you've got to
liter
think about
V8.
driving experience, like you driving it, changing gear and like flooring it, changing gear and all that lot. The rumble
Nah,
of it, it's all part of the package. You just sat
clutch
there.
down, clutch ups, gear 1, gear 2. What the hell? Nah.
No, it's all part of that package, mate. You're going old school. You go back to basics. Fuck all the automatic crap with the fucking shift paddles. Like, feels like you're fingering a fucking. I'm not going to say it, but
Very carny, but you're right.
change gears, like gear shifts. Come on, bring them back. People are getting lazy.
We're probably gonna tell our grandkids one day, like, oh, there was a time we had to put fuel in it, or we had to drive the car. We had to drive it.
Yeah. Back in my day, Father Steve had to fucking use a hammer, chisel, and nail just to fucking
got a
get a
good
perfect
point.
circle for a wheel. Back in my day, Father Steve used to have to
And
fucking
pedal.
use his feet to run down the street.
Yep.
Yabba dabba doo.
Christian,
I went for
only
a
joking, mate. It's just my personal preference, but of course, manual's good. I do love driving manuals. What I hate is like when you're stuck on traffic. That's when I hate manual. Apart from that, I mean, I love driving manual. It's all right.
The thing is, I still do it to this day, even though I've got an automatic now. Obviously, my Range Rover's auto. I didn't even know if I could get it in a manual, so I never even asked that question.
Old ones used to get, but probably the new ones are auto only.
Yeah, well, when I pull up to a traffic light, I literally grab the gear stick, which isn't a gear stick, and I shake it to make sure it's either in neutral.
In neutral.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, even still. I'm sat there driving along with my hand on the gear stick as if I'm about to change fucking gear.
You do it still because you drive the van, don't you, to deliver it?
Yeah.
That's why.
The van's manual, but I had 6 weeks off dinner for my operation, and then I went back to work, jumped in the van, started it, put my foot on the accelerator, and it was just revving its tits off. And I was like, fucking come on then, you bastard, move. And then I realised I had to put it in gear. Cam, send me the link on Facebook. I think he wants to join.
Yeah, I'll send it.
That was good tonight, by the way. If BOTB are watching, it was good that they invited them to join. It was just, I wish it was a bit longer.
What?
Instagram. Christian was inviting people just randomly straight onto the Instagram live with him, and they got to ask a question, and he asked a question in return and gave out credit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was quite good. I was going to ask him a question, which was, I know that he likes cars and I know that he likes boats, but which one is he leaning to more? Because obviously he's a thrill seeker, but he's got his fresh flippers on, hasn't he? He's only just passed his boat license and that to be Captain Christian.
Mm.
Right, Skipper.
Flipper?
Skipper.
Ah, I found the horse that Father Steve passed his driving test on. It's called the Old Billy. Have you heard of it? Serious? That's the oldest
No.
horse. Died on November 27th, 1822. Father Steve was still old then. 1822, isn't it?
I was on holiday then.
Sorry for your loss, Father Steve.
I was
your
looking at
car.
other countries to invade.
You lost your first car, 1826.
Yeah.
Bloody
1822.
Oh, 1822, sorry.
How's the MPG on the Range Rover done? You should ask Father Steve how was the MPG on the horse. You know how you calculate the MPG? If you feed him something like the grass or something, I mean, even if you get it for free, so you find out from the grasses how much it eats after how many miles.
And how much
So the MPG must have been very good.
Alkesh,
carrots back in the days, mate.
I don't
Carrots, yeah.
actually
Carrots
know.
and hay.
What was it?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
You should show the average.
I think it does on my car. On my app, it'll tell me like journey and what was my best trip.
Even on your car on the trip, you can check in it.
Well, the other day when we was down at the hotel, my sat-nav screen was just blipping out, like it was just flickering like that, and I was like, what the hell's going on? So as I was travelling back up north, I rang Range Rover in Lincoln, and I was like, my sat-nav's going mental. I can't search for anywhere because when I click it to input an address, the screen's just going like that at me, and I thought it had been smacked.
So basically, you are one of those headache customers, yeah?
No.
Anything happens, you ring the dealer straight. Oh, my tire pressure went low. What can I do?
Like, this needs to be updated or some shit like that. And then I was like, actually, I'll just turn it off, back on, and it just worked.
Oh, Dean, you support Liverpool now? Right, Dean. Can't hear you probably.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You're a robot. You sound a bit croaky.
Okay. Anyway.
Baba, who's Dean? Is that a question you need to ask? Dean's like on every single BOTB post they've ever done. Like the first one there going, hey all, how you doing? Love you lots. Have you never seen him?
Dean, you can lip read. Shall I make us a little bit bigger? The whoever's talking to Dean.
Elephant juice. If you can lip read me, elephant juice. It literally looks like I love you.
He looks a bit gormless, doesn't it?
Different juice.
No.
He's got a plane going over him or something.
You sound like Walidin.
Wow. Ali.
There you go.
Can you hear me at all? 'Cause I can't hear myself from here.
You need that Pepsi.
Hey, dude, have you got a plug-in microphone? Because it sounds like it's crackling, like it's a loose connection.
Even on
On
his,
time.
it's playing like that. Look, Darren, did you hear it?
Yeah, it's like.
I haven't got any headphones. Or anything like that.
Oh man.
Sounds like he's on ×2 speed as well.
Oh, shit.
Can you hear me now?
It's all crackly, mate.
Huh? No, what do you mean?
That's very weird.
You need to restart it, Dean.
Oh, no.
Rejoin.
Restart it. It's, I don't know what it's doing. I haven't used it for a while.
Kick him. Get restart. Wind it up like Father Steve.
Oh my days.
Oh,
I wind Father Steve up all the time. And Father Steve's got a fucking echo again.
Bro, it was like
That-
proper
that-
echo, as in
That I haven't. You have.
echo to the max.
hello.
Hello.
You can't hear echo with your own thing, man. It's like when we speak, then we're gonna hear the echo. You're
Yeah.
not gonna hear it.
I can
But
hear.
it's gone now. It's gone now, I think.
Okay.
Cool. Right, guys. A lot of people watching, so I'm gonna have to repeat myself again. From next week, we are going to go live on my second channel. From next week, it's gonna be BOTB live stream. Is gonna be on that BOTB channel only, guys. So make sure subscribe. You're not gonna get notified if you are not subscribed and not click that bell icon. So make sure subscribe and turn your notification on. We are going to go live on that channel from Monday next week.
So am I going to be the only one sat in the waiting room for the other channel?
Probably.
You'll
Hello?
all be live, and I'll be sat here like.
Hello.
"Fuck
You can hear me? Yes, thank God for that. It's doing
Hello?
my head in.
Hello?
Hello. It's
Hello?
me again.
What? Dean, I can't hear you again. You're Wally
Hello?
again.
Hello.
Wow.
You sound all robotic.
Yeah, it's pissing down with rain here, so sorry about the interference.
Say that again,
Oh, that
mate.
was the aeroplane. Probably was stuck on traffic right in front of your, on top of your roof.
No, it's literally chucking it down. So
All right, then.
Ah,
Okay. All right. So any more
Rain.
coordinates, guys? Submit as soon as possible, please. We've got
80.
about 80 people watching. Only got 44 likes. Come on, smash that like button.
Can you remember James? JD Shank? James.
Yeah.
Barley.
Him on the left, like down there, looks like him. Add an extra
What?
10 years on to James right now, and that's literally him.
Is it? James looks like Verdi, innit?
Yeah.
When I first saw him, I was like, what the hell? Is that him?
He's renovating, isn't he? He should be going on holiday soon.
Yeah.
It looked quite nice. It looked quite nice before he'd done the work, though. You would have saved the money if he just like put one of those TV brackets on the wall instead of knocking it through. But it's his money, so
He's obviously making enough so to spend.
yeah.
Okay, so we are going to do the average very shortly, guys. If you have your coordinate, if you haven't submitted your coordinate yet, make sure to do that now. If you have
I've
a
got one,
coordinate,
Cam.
go ahead. Who was it?
Me.
Okay. Oh shit! How come?
I'm just putting it out there. just putting it out there. I thought I'd have a little play.
Go ahead. I put it here, man.
890, 730.
What?
What match are you watching?
Oh, he did probably. Okay, let me see.
Well, with
Seven.
last week's judging, fucking might as well be, innit?
Anyway. Yeah.
They should have been straight up on this week's, and they went over to the left. So let's take their advice and go a little bit over to the left.
This week we're gonna go to the right.
I think that was probably the thing that kind of annoyed people, because obviously it didn't look like they took the guy in the background in consideration, because he was looking straight up.
Yeah.
So, and obviously if you zoomed in, you could see the ball that was in his pupils as well. So he was looking straight up and the ball was there. So I don't know how they went that far left as you look at the picture, but I literally had one in zone one, but the rest of them were to the right. So yeah.
Was that your free ticket?
Yeah, that was my freebie ticket. Literally, my freebie ticket was the closest. So, and that would have been the Audi RS3R.
Happened to me so many times, man. Free
I
ticket.
I saw the credit before I saw like the results, and as soon as I saw the credit, I was like, "Oh, I've just been raped."
Yeah, I still saw.
Okay, it's time to do the average then, guys. I guess you are not submitting any more coordinates. I understand it's early. A lot of you didn't. We're not focusing on this picture just yet, so we'll just do the average then. Let's have a look at the spread. What happened to the colors? There you go.
That's better. I can see I put it on widescreen. I couldn't see any of the chat. If anybody did say hello in the chat, hello. I'm back. I've managed to make it out of my bed to the living room.
He's back. He's stunned.
Yeah. Lee Evans.
Oh, piss off.
No, I'm not pissing off. I've only just come back. Yeah, obviously I've seen a couple of pictures on the Patreons, and they're from the red player. They're kind of looking down with the lines, but I think if you zoom in to his eyes, he's looking straight across. In my eyes, in my opinion.
Not a bad cluster for a first week. I mean, first stream. So let's do the average. Which is, of course, in the middle. So I can't post it in here for some reason anymore. Okay, so here is the average coordinate, guys, which is 1561, 945. 1561, 945. I actually prefer the patrons average more better. That was a better coordinate in general. But yeah. But there we have it, guys. That's the average coordinate, as you can see. 1561, 945. What do you think about this average? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll just pin that average to the top. Make sure you guys join Patrons. It's only £3 per month. And don't forget to subscribe to that. It's very important. We're going live on that channel from next week, guys. So make sure you subscribe. Just search for Kam's BOTB strategy. So, and you'll be able to just subscribe there. Cam's BOTB strategy. Okay, guys, from next Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever I do the live stream for the next week, which is going to be the week 37, we are going to go live on that channel only. So, not on the main channel anymore, guys, just on that channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. Okay, right. So, what do you think? What do you think about this average? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think, Darren? Does it look reasonable?
Just zoom in a little bit.
I mean, when I look from far, to me, it looks like it's going to be more to the left. But like I said, I'm a zone 3 man, so obviously my opinion probably doesn't matter.
Just to put my 2 pence in, I think it's a bit higher.
Well, I went even higher than that. My coordinates were like 880s for some reason, but like I said, can be wrong.
Yeah.
Royston, it's just Royston. It's just the lighting. I've got the light on there, so that's making me look pale. Plus the light off my laptop as well.
I'm more of like around this area there. Looks more better to me.
It's just with that blue player, obviously his actual right eye is looking straight up, but then his left eye is kind of going to our right as you look at it. So it's a bit.
That's true, but that probably because of he lost balance and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, you can't focus on a subject with just one eye, but
Yeah,
you know, that's what it looks like to me. Because he's lost balance, obviously, his eye is going to be locked into where he was looking before, probably, and then he lost balance. So that's what it is. You know, me personally, I'm more into that area. I don't know. I really want to go there. Let's see what coordinate is that. It's someone's coordinate, obviously. More into there, like late 1400s. That's where I think. I mean, every time I draw lines on this picture, that's what I was coming up with. But like I said, I can be wrong. But yeah, that's the average. You got it anyway, guys. You know, let me know in the comment what do you think and stuff like that. So yeah, in it, Steph. He's in the left as well. Yeah, so every time I look at it, it looks like it's going to be more to the left.
You got to think.
I think he's looking straight from him, as in, even though his body is twisted, and he's kind of looking at an angle, but he's looking as in straight, like towards us, as into the camera where the picture was taken from. So that's where he's looking. So, you know, doesn't matter how his body position is, but that's what I think.
How far left, right, up, and down would you say then?
If you ask me, it would be 1 second. Let me just take this off. I just hide this.
Evening, Gaz. Hope you're well, buddy.
Yeah, me personally, I would say if I make a box, that average coordinate is probably going to be the most right, or the edge of the average coordinate going to be the most right. I know I'm making a very, very tight box, as in, not this, very, very tight area, but I strongly think it's going to be around this area. So it's going to be in between that. So which is this kind of area. That's where I think it should be. Like 15, 20s, 30s, 950-ish area. But that's me, like I said.
You obviously, like I said, for the height wise, I think it's a bit higher because you've got to take in consideration that the guy in the red is obviously standing, and then the guy in blue is obviously on his knees. He's probably slid or whatever, or fallen over. There's no way.
Do you know what do you think happening in this picture?
I haven't got a clue, to be honest with you.
I personally, do you know what I think? I think the guy in red, he's in the air and he has headed the ball. Look at all this grass and everything. Or probably He just about to bicycle kick it or something. Look at all these grasses. Is someone doing some sort of impact, as in to the ball? Someone doing something. So either he headed it and watching it go that way, or probably just falling into him, and he's probably on the ground and he's lost balance, or he's doing it in purpose to bicycle kick it or side kick it or scissor kick it or whatever kick, every kick that exists. He's gonna do those, and then he's just watching.
You know the grass that you're saying that's been flicked up? With the blue guy sliding in from behind, the grass would come forward past the red guy. So the grass could be from the blue guy sliding.
Gaza. What was it?
If you aren't listening first time, not repeating myself, you can fucking rewind the stream.
Oh, mate.
Blue guy slid in, grass is flicked up, but when it's flicked up, it's moving forward still. So the blue guy's the one that has flicked the grass up.
Okay, to do what? To kick it.
To stop. He's slid, hasn't he? So the grass is going to continue past the red guy.
Oh shit. Sick fury, bro. I don't know, man. I just go with the highlighting, that's it.
Oh shit, you take everything into consideration. You even took the fucking the guy on the last picture in the bottom left corner into consideration on your judging.
It's good to take everyone into consideration sometimes.
And he was just painting. Now, if you do the average of not the average, but the size of the box bigger, like to be a bigger capture zone. If you did
It's gonna be almost like the magnifying glass because that's the size of the ball, pretty much.
Now, if you did a line off the top of his forehead going across, the bottom of his chin going across.
From where?
There's your
Top of his forehead from this guy.
Yep. There's your capture zone.
So that means I'm right. It's gonna be high, isn't it?
I'm no professional, mate. I'm none the wiser.
Oh, you're not professional. So who is, bro? Who is professional then? If there is one person, if someone is professional who's watching, that's gonna be you.
Hey, I tried to be a judge for a day, and they were like, "There's all the legal implications. I'm not a professional. Yada yada yada." You know. They think
So when you get banned for life, then you can be a judge, and on your intro you're gonna be like, "I'm fucking Darren Godson. I won about 10 times in my life."
Nah.
And you're gonna be the head judge, yeah.
Nah.
And when Matt puts his coordinate, you can say, "All right, Matt, you're fuck off. That's not your coordinate." Blah blah blah.
Do you know
I'm
what?
right. I'll take every judge off.
If it was where they turned around to me and said, you can keep playing. Obviously, they're not going to ban me for life or some shit like that. Like, I can keep playing. If I was to keep playing, or if I was to work for them but not as a judge, to be a part of the surprise, as in turn up, be a part of the surprise, like camera crew, I don't know, set things up or some shit like that. I would actually rather be part of the surprise to see other people's reactions live.
You
Because
want to take Christian's job?
No, not take his job. But I don't know if you guys ever know, but they actually have had influencers like YouTubers and stuff like that come along and join in with surprising people.
Yeah, you've had Shmee, haven't you? And then you had that other guy that surprised.
There was a
Supercars
Mustang
of London.
Yeah,
there was a lad with a Mustang, wasn't there?
yeah.
Yeah, that's Supercars of London.
Yeah. So I'd prefer to kind of get like a, like if BOTB was doing it where they say that, oh, you can come down to the office and we'll have a bit of dinner together and all that sort of stuff. I'd rather it be that they kind of did a package where you can win to come along with them on a surprise, and that they pay for a hotel down south. You've got to be there on the Monday, and you won't return home until, let's say, Tuesday night, and you can be a part of that overall behind the scenes and all that shit. Like, obviously, you can't play for that 1 week, let's say, but you'd have to sign a contract to say you're not going to like, they might not even tell you where you're going. You could literally just get in the car with them that day and not even know where you're going within the country.
Later you find out, oh, you're going Leicester.
I'm like, oh, seeing my best buddy Kam.
Yeah, mate.
That could realistically happen, Darren, because obviously if somebody plays for the car that you've got and you won, they could phone you up and say, could we use your car for the surprise instead of them going to a dealer? So that could happen for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you might go with it, as in if someone wants to evoke,
yeah,
they're going to call you anyway, as in to surprise, isn't it? To take the car there or
100%.
something.
Like, you guys know within the chat, obviously there's the WhatsApp chat that we don't know if BOTB are infiltrating that at all, but I would keep my gob shut, because it's the whole thing of it's a massive surprise. Like, if someone was in the chat and they had won and I knew that they had won, no fucking way would I tell you. I'd come and see you with Christian, with a car, and I'd see you face to face with a surprise. Like, I mean, you're just taking the thunder away from BOTB, and they've been polite enough to invite you to be able to experience that behind the scenes and everything like that. You know, even if it was where to cover their arses, that you don't know where you're going, you don't know.
Sorry to stop you there.
What car?
On that, Royston gonna play 75 tickets. Yeah, go ahead, Darren. Sorry to stop you.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of. I'd do it 100%, and I know that you say that they would contact me to borrow my car and all this sort of stuff, which I'd let them happily, because it's giving someone else's their dream, in it. So, you know.
Plus, they pay you for it.
You what? Sorry. They
pay you for doing it as well, because there's been a couple of people, and I'm friends with one of them on Instagram, Gary Wood. Remember when he won the Mercedes C63 Coupe? And then the guy in Yorkshire won that car. They called him and paid him, and obviously Joe Knight as well with Martin.
Yeah, I can't remember the Merc. I can remember Joe, yeah, because obviously with Martin. But I never knew that they paid or anything like that. But I'd just do it out of kindness to help. You know, obviously if they're struggling to find an Evoque, which, let's face it, you can get them next day penny to nothing. You know, local dealer, local Land Rover's got them around here and stuff like that. So it'd be more easier for them to hire one. But if it was where it was a special car, Lambo, fucking, you know, something that they can't really get hold of, I'd happily do it.
I mean, if it's like within 60-mile radius from you, that would I believe that would call you instead.
I'd go down. If I had a Lamborghini Urus or a Lamborghini, if I won the STO or the Huracan or some shit, and someone else won it, and they were down Leicester, they were up north in Newcastle or something like that, I'd go for the day. I'd drive up there and take it up and let them use my car to surprise people. They've changed my, you know, they've changed my life 3 times over. So I'm going to help them if I can help them by surprising them with a car that I've got.
They'll also pay you, by the way. I think they pay what, £500 or something.
Well,
it depends what car you've got, and obviously if it's like a V8 or something, I think that's when the money goes up. Because I think Joe Knight said that they paid him about 200 quid.
Oh, right.
But if Gary Woods that I was talking about with the C63, I think they gave him 500 quid. Because obviously it's a V8. So
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, is it like the petrol money and all of that?
Yeah, they just literally say, right, we're going to surprise. Is it all right if we use your car to surprise? And obviously, if it, like I say, if it's a C63, it's like a V8. So I think they bump the price of it up.
Yeah.
But,
See, tonight on Instagram, they were obviously, I know that you saw, Dean. They were doing the Christian was doing the live where he was allowing people to join and ask a question, and he was going to ask a question.
yeah,
You know where he was doing. Oh, you can win a tenner and you can double it to 20. If it was where he got me into it, I was going to ask him. The question was, I know that he's a petrol head, but I know that he's just got his captain's license. You know, he's a skipper and shit like that. So right now, with him being fresh, wet feet, basically, would he, for a day, would he drive? Would he rather drive the ultimate car that he's always wanted to drive, or would he rather be the captain of a boat for the day that he wishes to own one day? You know, which would he rather choose? You know, a boat or a car? And it's more for that. It's kind of your personality. It's kind of like you're an adrenaline junkie through and through, or you like the relaxation side of where you can just lay down on a boat and just chill. And that for him would be kind of hard to pick because for his job on a daily basis, he drives epic cars all the fucking time. So I could see him leaning towards more sail time, being on the water, you know.
Yeah, depending on the weather and obviously how rough the sea is and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I got through, because it's nice to know, because obviously he was speaking about himself and everything, and obviously the last guy, Ollie, was saying, because obviously he just joined, so he didn't know what to ask. But he said, "Oh, what football team do you support?" And he said that he's an Arsenal fan. And I thought, oh. And then obviously he's a Fast and Furious fan. So, but if I got through, my question was going to be, what car would you like to see on Best of the Best website that hasn't been on before?
Yeah.
But that would have been interesting to know. But it's nice to know that he's an Arsenal fan. Hopefully that's a sign that I might be winning. I'll be having my Arsenal top on and everything. So nice.
You got the first word right, arse.
Yeah.
But you know, with the £10 thing with the key rings,
I would have been happy enough just to take the key ring instead of the money.
Well, I nicked 20 key rings. I've got them in my car.
Oh, send me one.
I got them from Goodwood. I was like, yeah,
I remember you saying, yeah.
I love that. But yeah, the money side of it, for the credit side of it, with it being a tenner, I would have gambled, and if I got it right, the 20 quid thing, I would have gone, the next person that joins the live, double it for them, so they can win the 40 or the 20. So, well, minimum, it would have been 30, or they doubled it to get the 40 effectively. But there's no way he'd ever pick me. Not a cat and else chance. I knew it as well because they're just picking random people.
Yeah, he had about 75 people adding on, and I done it once. Then I came out of it, then done it again.
Yeah,
I kept doing it about 2 or 3 times. But it's good. I do like that, and obviously with the quizzes as well, I like that as well.
Yeah, I think that's actually to engage with it. Oh, obviously it is, but it's to engage with the audience a lot more because they can't. They're struggling to actually do a meet. You know.
Yeah.
They can't technically financially gather every winner, or I mean they could send an invitation and say, look, if you're in the UK and if you live here and you want to travel down, we're doing a meeting like every winner for BOTB, blah 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 blah. If you can get down here, then that'd be great. If you can't, you know, that's fine. But there'll be food and drink, music, that sort of shit. You get to meet the owner and Christian as well, and a couple of other winners, and that'd be a fucking awesome night. You know what I mean? Like you watch all their videos. Like I'd love to meet Tony because, like, you know, you even pointed it out on stream. Tony's win for the RS6 by far his was that hit right there.
Yeah, it always gets me because I can relate. Obviously, he said that he's one of the first people to obviously play at the airport.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't been playing as long as him, obviously, but it's just that trying, and then bang, he's got that Audi RS6, which I was so happy that he actually took as well.
He's just
And obviously with the 100 grand as well, it's just like you could see the relief on his face.
Tony hasn't sold it. It's
Jason Isles.
Yes, he's
got rid of he got a Golf now.
Yeah, he's followed me on Instagram.
Yeah, I follow him as well. He's a nice bloke, actually.
Yeah. See, I don't hear of Tom playing anymore. And actually, Tom would be one that I'd love to meet because to me, he was the first double winner that got me playing. You know, got me playing more. There's a good handful of winners that I'd love to meet. You know, and plus, it's for me, it would be. You've got all these speculations of is it real and all this shit. You know what I mean? And for them to do just a massive warehouse, they could hire a warehouse and say, right, we've got promotions coming. So they could literally go to their local dealers. They could say, right, we're doing a massive meetup for potential winners as well, and new players and all this sort of stuff, like proper promote it and everything. But they could do it where they could go, can we borrow a car? You know, Shmee, can we borrow your car? Can we borrow your car? You know, we've got not only can we borrow cars from Apt and Richter Sport, you know, all them.
Litchfield.
Yeah, there's what's the other one?
What, the Vela Khan?
No, well, yeah, there's to promote them as well, you know, like their side businesses and all that shit.
Oh, right, yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
That they technically promote, but they could bring epic cars like Shmee. Shmee could turn up, bring a few of his, and obviously the winners, if they've still got their cars, they can bring all theirs, you know.
Yeah, exactly. The good old car, mate. Because obviously Christian's driven the... I don't know if he drove both or he drove Shmee's Hurricane STO, because they had a race, didn't they? They had the STO Hurricane and then the Mercedes, but obviously it was souped up. I think it had about 800 brake horsepower on it or something.
Yeah.
But they're nice cars.
Have you seen his new one?
Whose?
Tim.
Oh, what, Shmee? What, the purple one?
Oh.
Yeah, he was in Croatia, in Zagreb. Who was it?
Did you see
on Patreon Group? He recorded it.
Did you see on his channel that he went to a car meet that was in a car park and they had fucking drinks and everything all around these? Hard to explain, but obviously the car park must have been easy £50 million worth of cars just sat there, and they were having fucking drinks and food and music and all sorts just in front of all these cars. Yeah,
so we have, like, obviously around my area, there's only a couple that have car meets. You've got Rains. You've got one in Rains Park. It's literally they meet up at Krispy Kreme's. They have all like American cars, and then in Dorking, it's called Rikers. It's Rikers Cafe. They usually, obviously, in July or August, around that time, August, July. They have motorbikes and they have the old classic Fords as well, like the old Mark IIs, Escorts, Capris, and there was even a Capri that had like a blower coming out of the bonnet, and it just like a proper V8, and they just like send it when they leave the cafe, and you're having everybody recording it. But I've only been to one of those, but obviously I didn't have a Ford, but it's just nice to like see all the cars. But
yeah. So
it would be nice if they'd done that, yeah.
I've just seen in the chat that they did a winners meet up in 2015 at Fulham Stadium.
They also done one in 2018, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
Where
I
was
don't know
that?
if it's winners, but it was just BOTB, some sort of BOTB meetup.
Mm.
I was gonna go with that, but at that time, obviously, I was quite new to this, but not really into this kind of thing. So that's why I didn't go.
Right, it'd be good because, like I said, they can get promoters there. You know, they can get a good variety of cars going down there, and it would stop all the fucking speculation. Is this real? I think it's fake. Blah, blah.
Well, us three can say that it's definitely not rigged. I think
Yeah.
the only reason why people think it's rigged is because they don't win.
Yeah.
Once they get that feeling of winning, then they think, shit, it is real.
If it's fake, right? Literally.
Well, it's been going on for 23 years now.
Where's
So-
my camera? That right there would not be sat there.
Yep.
You know, I wouldn't be sat in this house if it was fake. You know, it's fucking. It just
I've got
winds me up.
Yeah. I've got my PlayStation 5 there. I've got my 65-inch OLED TV.
Yeah.
The switches for my boys are charging. Xbox is in my eldest boy's bed. Well, both the boys' bedrooms. So he's on, as soon as he finishes school, it's bang straight in there. It's like quiet.
I've got my camera that you're watching me on, that, and the gaming PC that I've got, that from BOTB. As in, obviously, I won the lifestyle 15 grand. I bought a car and then sold that car and bought this too. So, reason I bought this is at least to have something to remind me that obviously I won something. Do you know what I mean? I won the lifestyle. And that's it. So, Darren, what would be the capture zone from him then, as you were saying earlier?
What, the blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got sidetracked. Sorry. Left eye straight up, outer edge, outer. No. There, yeah, straight up, and then ear, far right ear, there. Maybe fan it a little bit, just to from his ear, just straight up, but fan it just a smidge.
Just to answer Vaxie's question, I won the gaming bundle.
Bit more. No. Opposite way. Bit more. Stop. Anywhere in that box. Literally anywhere.
So that means, remember what I said? I think it should be, it could be there, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I have seen, like I think Dean said it, I have seen on Facebook, the BOTB's pages and stuff like that people are going on the guy in the background in the red. They're going like on his head, closer to the guy in the red, like making it as if it's more 3D, that the ball is all the way over on the right.
Yeah. And some of the, obviously the lines that you've got there are straight, because if you zoom into that guy with the red top, he is looking straight across, probably straight or a slight incline upwards. But I've seen on Facebook they're putting the lines downwards.
Yeah, I'm only doing it off that, literally from there straight across, from there straight across, and it 100%. It's got to be in between there. Even if you did that line, so it angles down to that yellow dot, the average right now, it's still there. And
Of course. Yeah.
is it? Do you know what I mean? It 100% could be there. Like,
but it also could be here. Could be.
exactly.
Possibilities.
What people aren't really understanding is that there's 8 judges and there's an average and there's potential 2 to 3 judges going to be removed. And when they remove judges, they only go with a cluster. Now,
Usually.
Yeah. So if they're removing judges and they doing it down to where the cluster is, at the end of the day, it's still technically within that box. It might not line up 100% with the eyes of where you guys think it is, where I think it is, or whatever, but it's still within that box. It's in a ballpark area, and it's just an average of 8 judges, 6 judges, you know.
Yeah.
And they can't go, no, I tell a lie, they have done it before where they've readjusted it. But 9 times out of 10, they'll just go with the average of whatever judges there is remaining.
Yeah.
They won't go, no, that doesn't line up, that doesn't look right, because
Yeah.
at least
They're not gonna
6
do that.
judges have turned around and gone, well, that's where I think it is, so I don't want it removed.
Oops.
And then we've
Sorry,
just got to put up with the results.
you're gonna get loads of emails.
Who, me? They don't know
But
my email.
like we always say it, is go with your gut. Don't, obviously, this is just an average that we do. So it's not like, it's not written in blood to say we're telling you to go there. It's obviously everybody's got their own opinions and their own ways of thinking and stuff like that. But
Royston, mate, the best way that
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's his name. I didn't refer to, if you didn't hear the rest of that. Oh, fucking hell. Lawsuit. Yeah, Royston, I've seen in the chat, I've not been able to respond, that you got a little bit miffed, I'll put it as, and I think I've seen that you've emailed and stuff like that. The best opinion that I can say is that they'll never change where the judges went, never. It's done, dusted, sort of thing. I would just say move on, as in on to the next. You know, shit judging 1 week or blah 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 blah. I get that it's money, 100%. I get that it's money, and obviously you go from, I don't know, 300 quid credit down to fucking 60 quid credit or whatever. 100%, I get that. It's just more that, I don't know. I just, for me, I shrug it off. I go, right, okay, fuck it, on to the next.
That's what I mean as well. Obviously, people have got different financial thingy. So
yeah, I'm not.
It hurts more. It hurts more when you do play 75 tickets and they are for the high end cars.
Yeah. No,
that's why I always play my credit now. I don't bother going into my like play any of my own money. It's just credit. So I've only done 3 cars.
Yeah.
Like 3 different brands, should I say?
And again, Royston, I agree with you. You know, it was off. In theory, again, with all respect, they've done the surprise. Take it like this, right? On hypothetically, one of my my Range Rover that week that I won, if everyone absolutely shredded the fact that it was off, hypothetically, if it was off, I can't remember, and I'd just been surprised, got the Range Rover, got the cash, yada yada yada, not got the Range Rover, but ordering it, and then they turn around to me a week or 2 later, and then they say, we've had 500,000 people complain. We're going to have to take the prize away from you, and we're going to have to effectively cancel your order, but we're going to have to, I don't know, like refund everyone because they can't rejudge the same picture. And that's where it gets tricky, because the winner's already been surprised. They can't technically take the prize away from that person. They can't rejudge the same picture, but then are they going to refund people and bend over and say judges was wrong? You know, it is very, very difficult. And even Christian said it tonight on stream. Some weeks he's sat there and gone, no, don't line up over there. Why are you over there and I'm over here? So even, when he was playing, he got frustrated and stuff. But
well, even the winner that won the Aston Martin last week, he said, "Oh, sometimes like you're thinking, well, why have you gone over there? And like judges wise, why have you gone over there? It's not over there." So he even had a little dig. But the thing is, as I was saying about people that play, I know I sound like a parrot, but it's not always about how many tickets you can play. It's not like a dick measuring competition, because the guy that won Tuesday just gone played 4 tickets. It's that big. But yeah, the guy that won the Audi, he only played 4 tickets.
Yeah.
And they weren't doubled up. They were just close, but not doubled up. So it just proves that you don't always have to play 75, 5 to 10 at a max, because then you're going to be less stressed that you're spunking 200, 300, 400 quid up the wall.
Why has it done that? I didn't want it as really zoomed in. Is that better for you?
Yeah, I can see. That's what I done when I came on. I literally double tapped on it, and I couldn't see the chat. So
to me, it's too far. Like,
yeah. Vaxi, obviously you've only the midweek competition's gone now, kind of, but now it's merged with the lifestyle. So you just see some cars and no slider, apart from 2 or 3. What was it, 2 to 5 grand now that they put on certain cars?
I think it's max 2, and that was Christian's idea, because
I think it's 5. There's one with 5 on, because they've got a Fiat. Is it a Bath or Fiat a Bath? It's like the car, a watch.
Yeah.
Holiday.
No. That's just like a bundle for midweek.
Right. Yeah.
You know how they do the bundles for Dream Car? That's like a special one for midweek, I think.
Yeah, I literally only do 1 ticket. I actually said that to Best of the Best as well. When obviously Cam said it in the beginning, that so I sent an email to Best of the Best. I sent an email to them, not complaining about the judging. I was just asking questions. I was saying, why can't the judges do the judging on the Monday when there's a new picture for the conspiracy chat? I know legally they can't do it, but
do you know why? It's so that effectively there's you can flip that. You can flip that both ways. Now we're all sat here saying, oh, it's conspiracy theories of they're watching this stream, they're watching other streams, they're looking at the BOTB channels on Facebook, and they're seeing where everyone goes, and they're thinking, nah, fuck it, hold my pint, I'm about to fuck this up and move it way over to the left. Now, you take that into consideration. If they go, all right, we'll do what you've asked, we'll do the judging for that picture on Monday, and we'll store it until the Sunday. We'll find out the winner straight away, midnight Sunday. We'll get the results on the Monday morning at 9 a.m. as soon as we walk in, because they've already done the judging. So they know instantly who's won. So at 9 o'clock, you'll get a call for maybe a tiebreaker, or, oh, Steve's here, but he's not actually here. Morning.
Hello, thank you for that. I was just about to text you, Darren.
I just saw you down the left. But yeah, if for instance they turn around and say, all right, yeah, we'll store the coordinate, the winning coordinate, and we'll put it somewhere, and then basically they could turn around and go, well, the judges know that winning coordinate, so who's going to say that they haven't taken a backhander, given that winning coordinate out, and then they go, oh, we'll go halves or whatever, or you know what I mean? You can flip the conspiracy theory to say the judges have sold the winning ticket, as in because they know the coordinate.
Yeah, but why would they know the coordinate if they can block the coordinates off them so they can just put it on there? They wouldn't know, would they?
I don't know, because if it's exactly the same as how I played when I did my tiebreaker, I could see my coordinate.
You can, but they can't. Because when you watch the judging
what I'm saying,
videos,
so-
you have the cursor, but you don't see the numbers.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
So that way, they know a rough area, but not where it is, as in coordinate wise.
But again, like swings and roundabouts, effectively, innit? They could go. We'll do the judging straight away. It comes out on Sunday night, Monday morning, 9 o'clock. We will judge that brand new picture before you guys have even played. And then you get all the like straight away. As soon as you said it, I turned around and said, "Well, who's to say the judges ain't going to sell that ticket on purpose and go halves and all that shit?" And they get accused of that. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry to interrupt, Darren. Can you see the button underneath where it says the camera and everything? Is there any button to end the stream?
No, you've got mute. Oh, yeah, you've got stop the video.
I can stop stream.
Mute, remove.
No. As in, does it say end stream?
No. All you've got is mute, stop video, remove cam, share, and leave.
Okay.
Hey, it's your stream. You can't fuck off and leave us here.
I was gonna say, because I need to go off actually. That's what
I was literally joking at weekend when I said I'll take over your stream if you're not prepared to put the effort in and do the stream.
We'll pick a different card to what you want. Jimmy, 2 minutes. With that question, it depends. Obviously, if you win an Audi RS3 but you don't want the Sportback, you want the saloon, they may be able to sort something out. If not, they will give you the cash alternative. Because you had a guy that won the Bentley Bentayga, but he took the cash alternative, but Best of the Best helped him out with the E-Type Jag that he had.
Yeah. And I was at the office that week, and they turned around to me and said that the guy that won the Bentley Bentayga, which was on the Tuesday, it was my birthday over the weekend, and they said the guy that won on Tuesday isn't taking the Bentley, but they are still doing a handover for the car that he is wanting, which is literally within a few weeks because it's ready, it's done, it's there, and everything. And just they never told me at all. They never said jack shit. They just said, "Watch out for the video because it's an epic car." So I kept on waiting, and obviously it was the Jag. But I don't know the ins and outs of whether they gave him the cash, he bought it, and because it was an epic car, they still did the handover for it, or they
sourced it for him.
Yeah, I think it would have been where, because they are strict like that, it would have been a case of you won the Bentley, you've got two options, Bentley or cash. Now you want a Jag that wasn't on the lineup or something. Now you have to take the cash, and we'll help you find that car that you're after. I think that would have been.
That sounds more like the answer, wouldn't it?
That's what I don't get, because obviously there is an E-Type Jag on the list, unless it's been removed. I haven't gone, because obviously I play up the higher end cars, so I don't even scroll down to think about. I'm sure there is an E-Type Jag on there, so I was just wondering why I didn't play for it in the first place. But
all right, guys, I'm off. I need to do something. So you guys carry on anyway. You send me the message, yeah?
Take care, Cam.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me today. But yeah,
I think it will, won't it? Because it's no hardship to them. Okay. Oh. Hey,
can hear you, can't see you.
Who? Me or?
No, I can see you. It's just Steve's gone now. No, I can't see Steve. Can hear you. There he is.
What's going on?
I'm not touching anything.
No, it's me. It's me. It's because we're overlaid. Like, hang on a minute. Drag.
If you win an RS3, you can spec it up, but if you want the RS3 saloon, you need to play for it. I'm sure they can help you out with it, depending on if there's much price difference in it, Royston.
I
Because
can't.
I've asked that question. I've actually emailed them that question before. Oh, Cam's back.
I can't see myself for nothing.
Let me fix this one second.
Cam,
What
come
happened?
back. All's forgiven.
Father Steve's back.
Cam,
No,
I think Steve's playing silly buggers.
No, it was me.
No,
I
I
was
ain't
trying to-
touching
There I
it.
am.
That's better.
Oh,
Why is it doing
What
that?
the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see.
can you still hear me?
Let me go off. Let me see.
Steve, get off me. Dean, get off me.
Oh,
I'm not even-
shit.
What the fuck? Why am I always underneath someone?
Wow.
You lucky one.
Best place, but it has to be a female. Hooray!
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Hooray.
Hey,
Right.
I'll leave it. Don't touch
Let's
anything.
15.
Right. Now you're not on top of me.
But Darren, don't touch the bloody blood.
Get off me.
Don't
Stay
touch it.
off me. I know,
I'm not
I
on
know
you.
you. I know
I'm
you
next
wanted
to
to
you.
be in my room the other night, but I had to like triple lock it.
It wasn't for you, safety wise.
Royston, I'm not arguing with you, mate. I'm just saying, best of the best will help you out. If you don't want the hatchback, but you want the saloon, they will help you out, even if you take the money alternative. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they did with the Jag.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I've just said. But Royston's saying, "Oh no, they won't swap the car or anything." But I didn't say that. I said they will help you out if you want to have the saloon instead of the hatchback.
Yeah. It's like as well if you've only got if you want a car that's a manual and your license only allows you to drive an automatic,
Hmm.
you know, that kind of niggly
Yeah.
little pretty things. Message for Darren: if you decide to take the car, how does it work? Do they send you the money to order it, or do they speak with you over the phone and configure the spec for you and order it? No, you go on whichever car manufacturer you've won online or face to face in the branch, spec it exactly how you want it, and when you've got it, there's a code, and you take that code and you give it to BOTB, and they do their magic, and X amount of months later, the car turns up.
Hmm.
You don't pay for it. I mean, as far as I'm aware, by emails, they pay a deposit on the car and then they pay the final invoice like the week before you collect it.
Hmm.
Yeah, they don't
No,
pay for it
Royston,
until
hopefully I haven't annoyed you, mate. I was just saying that's what they done for the guy with the Bentley Bentayga. They helped him out get the E-Type Jag, and that's what I meant about the Audi. If you wanted this saloon instead of the hatchback.
Then why would you want to change it when you just pay for the other car in the first place, wouldn't you?
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I was trying to get
I mean,
over.
Was
there's
that
not a
E-Type
car
Jag?
in there you want.
Yeah, but
Well,
was
you
that
something
couldn't-
E-Type
else.
Jag on
Why?
there?
You don't know if he could have doubled up. He could have had the Bentley Bentayga and the E-Type Jag, but the Bentley Bentayga won,
Yeah.
so to speak. But
But again, it would have been take the Bentley or you take the cash. Now, if you're going to take the cash and you're seriously after the Jag, because that's the car that he wanted, etc., etc., he could have said, "Well, I don't even know where to find one," and they could have gone, "Well, you know, we'll help you out. We'll try and find one, or because we've got connections within that world, or whatever." And because it's an epic car, like old school Jag, they'd still do the handover. It's only the same. It's only the same as, you know, hypothetically, they helped him find a Jag that he was after. That was his dream car from being a kid. It's only the same as when Lifestyle was every week on a Wednesday. Everyone that got the Lifestyle FaceTime, you know, they whatever they won, it got delivered or bought for, and it got whatever. But BOTB went above and beyond for Dean. You know, they turned up.
Yeah.
You know, they don't do that. Like Dean is the only one to actually get that face to face from Christian for lifestyle. So, you know, they recognised.
So I kind of started off the midweek lifestyle merger kind of thing. If you think about it,
you rotten animal.
But I want the midweek back. That was one of the other things that I was going to say about the email that I sent yesterday. Obviously, I got a reply from them, but they said they don't think that the original midweek will be coming back anytime soon, or probably not at all. Because I said I spent more money on the midweek than I do this merger.
Yeah. Again,
you had your better car, you had the better cars, and you had the 20 grand slider. And I think there's quite a lot of people that preferred Spot the Ball, and I'm definitely all of us here preferred the original midweek. But they say that they've got to cater for other people.
If people wanted to win cars by answering a question, then they could have literally added another section to win cars by answering a question and left it as it was. But overall, there's things we don't recognise. You know, they've got to cut costs to be able to keep the company to survive effectively. It's not going under. 1,000% it's not going under. They've got plenty of money in the bank. You know, it was more that maybe to cut travel time costs, to cut Christians' hectic life down, maybe, and just to recognise that people was, you know, times are hard and shit like that, and people are like saying that, you know, that the how can I put it? Obviously it's gambling, so
of course it is,
so with BOTB they accept that there's regular players that play and they gamble, and basically they play X amount of money per week, etc., and then it depends behind the scenes whether those people have said like, can you block my account or something stupid like that. Do you know what I mean? To help them get out of that pattern. And it's like, if they've recognized people are doing that, then they're going to say, well, how can we help people that are addicted, let's say? Because let's face it, we're all in it to win it. You know, you want to win a dream car, you want to meet Christians, you want to get that win, change your life, change your stars, etc. And while that game is still there, you're constantly going to go for it. You're going to go for it and keep wishing, dreaming, hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything. Now, if BOTB have recognised that there's a lot of people that may be in a position of where they need to help them people, then they could turn around and go, right, we'll cut costs our end by reducing 10 judges down to 8, plus we're already paying the company to do a lifestyle draw with random name generator. So we'll cut costs on midweek by not paying 8 or 10 judges to do the the midweek picture, which means in turn they're not paying the solicitor fees, the auditor fees. They're not having to pay the tax if the cash alternative's taken on the car, all that bullshit behind the scenes. But again, as well as helping people to manage their pocket a little bit more, you know, and it could be Christian's workload.
Yeah,
you know?
That's the thing with Best of the Best. That's what sets Best of the Best from other competitions, because all the other competitions that you see is answering a question. Anybody can answer a question right, and if they don't know it, you can Google it.
And half the time, the questions, like, I mean, I'll bring it up. 7 days performance. The amount of times I've seen that question, what currency does the United Kingdom use? Pound, euro, dollar, yen. If you do not know that answer, move out the fucking country. Like some of the questions tonight that Christian, I was asking the people that was on the Instagram live. If I could scream, I would. Like, oh, what does BOTB stand for? What's my surname? If you play BOTB, how the fuck do you not know that it means best of the best? How do you not know that Christian's surname is Williams? Like, what the?
That's what I mean.
Where is your head?
That's what I mean. That's what's ruined it for us long-term playing players that play spot the ball. Well, the old original midweek. That's what sport it for everyone else.
Blew my mind with. You know, not a lot of people might know that it would be Heathrow Airport. You know, not a lot of people would maybe know the first car that Christian ever surprised someone with, etc., etc. That's like elite players, you know, long-term players. But when BOTB do a post of like join Christian Williams live on BOTB, blah 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 blah, or if you watch the winners' videos regular, judges' videos regular, it literally says in the bottom corner, presenter Christian Williams. When he does the judging video of, hey up, it's Monday, good luck everyone. If you want to follow me, you can follow me right here. It literally fucking says his name.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's all these
It
newbies.
even says it in the bundle as well, doesn't it? On the bundles for the dream car.
Yeah.
Christian Williams will join you for the meal. It's there in front of you.
Yeah, you've got to take pictures and like little videos if you do videos. Just before it goes up and I miss it. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Alan, mate. I'm getting there. Oh, evening, Paul. Hope you're well, buddy.
Hey, Paul. Evening, ladies. Just tuned in and caught the last 10 minutes. I used to spend at least 50, 60 quid on midweek. Now I spend a fiver because it's shit. I agree.
Yeah.
I literally fucking agree. And I love BOTB with all my heart because they've changed my fucking life 3 times over. I've been so lucky with them.
Yeah, but 15% back is pathetic.
Yes. Like
it's not worth it.
If you max out 75 quid to try and win a Disneyland holiday of a lifetime, you're going to get about 12 to 13 quid back.
Yeah.
If you know, you could win £100 if you're runner-up. But that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. That's like, hum, hum, hum. Give me your money. Hum, hum, hum. You know, and
exactly. It just makes you feel like you're not worthy or you're not. They're not bothered. All they're doing is taking your money and.
The only way to prove a point that you want that back. Now that could be out of our hands completely. Now, back in the day when I started, when I won the Bentley, they literally only had Dream Car. You know, then they added Lifestyle, and then I think it was very close to lockdown that they brought Midweek back. They kept it on for fucking a couple of years or whatever, and then they've taken it off and rejiggled it and stuff like that. But you know, back when I first started playing, it was because Lifestyle was on. Because I was playing Lifestyle as well as Dream Car, so I think it was Midweek that was brought in. But
it was a bonus, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think at one point that basically there was only one competition, you know. So again, back when I won the Bentley, there was 6 judges. Then they increased it up to 10. Now they've dropped it down to 8. Oop. Bye, Dean. Love you.
Yeah, that's the problem. That it's not. I don't think they've thought very hard on it of what they're. I mean, if you get 50% back, that's better than obviously 15%, but it's still.
Yeah,
it's better than what it is now. You know what I mean? It just feels like you're being shafted up the arse.
but again, like for instance, 7 Days Performance, you enter a competition like that, and you get absolutely fuck all back. They take your money, they swallow it, and that's that. You don't get any credit back or anything like that. And you know that's where, in some respects, BOTB didn't
Yeah.
need to give us 15% back. So I appreciate it
No, exactly.
in a way, but for me, it's not a competition that I would play. I mean, yeah, maybe once or twice, feeling a bit lucky, whatever, but it's not one that I would play. Now, the cars of midweek, just to let you know, the cars that was on midweek was only cars. It was Christian told me down at Goodwood that it was his idea to add the cash in with the cars.
Yeah.
They couldn't do the slider because the slider was technical. It was too technical to add that in with the lifestyle shit. So Christian was like, "We'll just throw a bit of money in there with the cars, as a, you know, like you can spec the car and all that shit." But it's if it wasn't for Christian saying about add a bit of money to it, you would literally have only got a car. Now, if you wanted to spec that car, change the color, change the interior, it's coming out your own pocket.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
So,
£2,000 on a car isn't. You can't really spec an awful lot with £2,000.
no, 100%
Especially
not.
the prices they charge.
No, I mean the Range Rover that's outside, the car basic was 50k. The added extras that I added on top was 6k. Now, if they was going to do that and they added 2k in with my car, I would have needed to find £4,000 to add what I wanted on my car to it. Now, for me, I would have gone, do I spend £4,000 on it, or do I just cut back of certain things that I want? And it's like, with that 20k that was in the boot, it was like, well, I never had that 20k before. I'll use the 6 out of the 20, put it on the car, and I'll get the exact car that I'm after. So that helped. You know, that was a good, decent thing, because obviously the remaining balance just went in the bank. But this one, it's like £2,000 barely covers the paint cost if you were going to go for a premium color.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, isn't it? It depends on what you want. I mean, if you just want the basic model, then fair enough, that £2,000's pocket money for yourself.
Yeah.
But the cars on there are only smallish sort of style. They're not going to be things where you can add an awful lot to. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, the colours thing, basic's white, isn't it? I mean, unless you get it wrapped another time, then white is the basic colour, isn't it? White and black, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
white and black, and then the rest is like premium. But
yeah, I mean, some places do. I think Mercedes, you can choose 4 or 5 different colours that are free to do, but it's the add-ons that add on, like red calipers and your stereo, your sunroof, the seat colour, and the alloys and all that. All adds up, and they know that.
Yeah,
that's why the slide is there to help you. You know, do what you want to. If you want to blow the whole lot on it, then they ain't gonna care. That's less for them to pay out to you, isn't it?
So technically, they, as in BOTB, the whole thing about them is win your dream car. Now, if every person for a whole year won a car and took the cash, then people are going to be like, well, all these people are winning cars, but you don't see them collecting them. And if they go, oh, all of these winners just took the cash, it's like, did they? Are they paid actors? You know, or so
Mm.
BOTB for promotional purposes would absolutely love for you to take the car, because that was the idea. You win your dream car.
Yeah.
Paul saying, I always said I wanted to win midweek first because you could carry on playing, and the tickets used to be cheaper than DC, and it would sometimes give you a good credit to play DC. Bang on. That's what I used to do. Literally, like, play midweek. You know, the Evoque or the Velar was like a quid a ticket or some shit. And if you got Zone 1, you got potential like 100% plus a lot more, give you really good credit. Like, you could put 16 quid down on midweek, and you could end up getting 200 quid on midweek, and then that would boost you for DC. So yeah. That's what I used to do.
Now you get 15% back, and it's not like, oh shit,
Yeah,
you got like not even for one ticket.
yeah. And again, like Paul said, you could win midweek and still continue to play Dream Car.
So
Because
with DC.
when I won the Bentley, that was the biggest thing that I didn't know. That you basically got banned for a year, and for that whole year, I was like, "Come on!" I literally enjoyed playing, and it was like, "Fuck's sake, a year? What the hell?" 2 months had gone by, and I'm like,
Darren, can you add Dean back in, mate?
"Yeah, sorry, mate, I didn't see you there."
That's all right, mate. No worries. Just I haven't used my laptop for ages, so just charging it again.
7 days, rev comps, elite competitions have all eaten into BOTB pie, so they're trying to get it back, and also it's easier than possible, so it appears to be a wider audience. Yeah, but then you could, in theory, flip that round and be like the national lottery. They're not chucking out physical prizes, but they're chucking out a hell of a lot of money. It is. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, if people are gonna say, "Oh, it's 99p for a Ferrari," I'll stick a fiver on and win a Ferrari for a fiver. You know, that's what they're gonna do. I play for the motorhome. Will they fit a big bog seat for our lass? Best comment ever. Best comment ever.
I've seen that.
She is gonna fucking have you. If she sees that comment, you are in the doghouse.
You're in the shitter, aren't you?
Wow.
You will be in the toilet. You will be in the shed.
60k max to 30k max for midweek now. Yeah. It is. The maximum is about 30k. When you think of like the Beamer, I was specking up a Beamer which was 50k, and the Beamer would have swallowed the full 20k to spec it, and that was like 117 miles per gallon or some shit. But I'm an Audi fan, and the only reason why I was going to go for the Beamer was because it was 117 miles per gallon. And then I shook my head, gave it a little bit of a wobble, and then played for the Evoque.
Yeah, I mean, whatever car I play for, I intend to keep. That's the whole point of me doing it. I don't, yes, the money be nice, but I can't drive money. I still have to go and buy one if I wanted to buy a car.
The thing is, now I see it all day. Like, and I did the same. You know, I won obviously everyone knows I won the Bentley, but I took the cash. Now, if I already had a house and I didn't have personal issues of having to go to family courts, etc. If I had my own house already, I would have taken the fucking car, purely because it's a Bentley, you know,
Bentley,
like
yeah.
never, ever in my life ever going to be able to get a Bentley. Same again with a Lambo. I mean, I always said if I win midweek, I'll take the car because that's a sensible car. I'd have the car because effectively, your money is tied up in a vehicle. Now, at the end of the day, you could have taken that car and sold it the next day for the full value of the car rather than losing a little bit of it for taking the cash alternative. But my interest was to have a brand new car because I've never had that before in my life. And also the fuel factors, like May next year, I can claim the fuel back, which, you know, it's better than a kick in the teeth, and the insurance, you know, and the service and all that sort of stuff. Now, if push comes to shove, if times get hard or whatever, I've got a car that's sat there that I could cash in at any point and just go, right, I'm flogging it. I'm going to go and buy a 10 grand car that would do exactly the same, get me from A to B, and I can release 40k within a car.
Yeah.
There's only certain cars that I play for that I would take the cash alternative on.
Up all day fucking long. If there was only one car that was on that lineup, I would play another competition somewhere else. There was too many up winners on Dream Car. Now all day, you know, put ups on midweek. Fair play. You've won that car. But an up on Dream Car is like rolling a piece of turd in glitter.
Yeah.
Just no. Just like no.
But I think people play it because it's I don't know, it's cheapest ticket.
Yeah,
That's what they do. That's their strategy. They think, right, if I do 75 tickets on the cheap car, they've got a lot of area to spread, and it's cheaper.
Yeah,
and if you get very few people that go, right, 75 tickets on a Lamborghini Urus or the Mercedes Brabus GLE.
Yeah.
Now
so that's the reason why that's the reason why they play for like the up and the minis and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Lambo, all day long. If I won the Lambo,
When?
Yeah. You know it.
Hello, Christian. Hello, Christian. Oh,
I'd just be like, I think
what they need to do, if you do win the Lambo, they need to have that gold plated, a gold plated best of the best.
Yeah, that'd be a nice.
Then you can put it on the Lambo.
One's plain, one's got the silver bit around the outside, next one will be gold, then it'll be platinum, and then it'll be like you're working for BOTB from now on. You know.
Nah.
You're our face of the winners.
Again, like if that I won the Lambo, I'd take that car because there's never any chance I'd ever own a Lambo. Now, at any point that I needed to release money,
that is your ticket, isn't it?
There's one fucking car in my car park that I could just flog for 200k. Like, you know, and I'd rather have the thrill of owning it. You know what I mean? Like everyone else. Like,
exactly.
You could have all the pictures you like with that car. You could go, well, yeah, I owned it. That was my car. You know, I drove it around. Everyone knew that I had it. Blah 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 blah. And it's not about everyone else. It's more the fact of you got to own one of the most prestigious cars out there.
Yeah,
that's like elite. You know, that's like I'm a millionaire sort of type of fucking status that. Not that I want to parade as a millionaire. It's just I want to taste of what they have on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the other half live.
It's
Yeah.
like driving a car that they drive as a daily, I would use as once a year.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. When you've got cars like that, you've got to have money to own a car like that, because the brakes on the Lamborghini, I think it's like 10 grand.
Yeah. Unless you kind of work,
Unless you've got parts for you. But
unless you work in a nice.
Yeah, but would Parker's be able to get you bloody Urus bloody brakes?
No, what they
Discount.
for? But they've got links.
No, they double that, mate, for you.
Yeah. But like, if I ring certain companies that deal with brakes pads for all these exotic cars, and I'm like, yeah, I work for Parker's. Can I get a price? Yeah. What's that cost to us? As in Parker's, and they'll go, oh yeah, to you guys it's 200 quid, but to the customer we would recommend 3 grand. And I'm like, I'll have it for 200 quid. Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying they do that, as in over.
Yeah.
Like, no, they don't do that.
No.
Obviously, every company's got to make a profit somewhere, and etc. But they don't rip them off by 1,000,000%. Not like the government.
The theory is, if you've got a Lambo, you can't thrash it for the first 70,000 miles anyway, can you? So you'll be driving Miss Daisy for a bit. So you're going to save a bit more, aren't you?
Unlike Yanni when he's doing his drag races with Carwell.
Yeah.
I think
that's what it is, isn't it? You'll treat that like it's bloody, well, it's your house. You're going to do everything you can to keep that car in the best condition, because you ain't going to want to pay for everything to be done to it.
Oh yeah, there's a guy that I know in my area. He's got a Pista 488, bright yellow.
Ferrari.
Yeah, bright yellow, brand new. He went over to Italy, spec'd it and everything, and he has, from delivery, I think he's done about 400 miles.
Yeah.
And he's had it for about 2 years now, I think, maybe. But he's still had it serviced. And it's like 400 miles is like one trip to London and back for me. And you're getting it serviced. You're getting it serviced after that. And that service is like 2 grand.
It's like when BOTB said, "Oh, we'll do your first service." First service is nothing. It's just an oil change, isn't it? It's nothing major. It's the cheapest part you can get.
It'll be your oil change. It'll be oil, air, and fuel.
Yeah, that'd be basic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when it comes to the next one, it's like, oh, that'd be 9 grand, please. So keep the car.
No, I think it's like you do the oil, air, and fuel 3 times, and then on your 4th one, it's the big one.
Yeah. So you should be do that in a year.
Yeah.
But that's what people do. They'll keep it for as long as they can until that, like, something's due on it that's going to be a major kick in the back pocket. Then get rid of it, or keep the mileage as low as possible, just so you can get a good deal to cash it in.
Yeah, and again, like, if that Lambo dropped, in all fairness, I wouldn't give a shit about the miles. If I wanted to go out in it, I'd go out in it, because it's making memories with my boy. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
If I'm gonna have a car like that, why would I just want it to sit in a garage on 0 miles? Or
would it fit it in your garage?
Yeah.
You sure it's high enough?
Oh, that big garage down there. There's 2. I've got 2 garages. One normal size garage, and the next one to it can fit 7.5 tonner in it, top to bottom. But in there, it's got an engine lift and it's got a pit. So the person that owned this house before me, she lived here 56 years. And I walked in the July 20, and she went into a wardened home because she kept on having a couple of falls and stuff like that. But the February, she actually passed away. Bless her. But, she lived here 56 years, and in the big garage, when I came round to have a look at the place, she was like, "Oh, here's the garage keys. Go and have a look." And I always thought, she was like, "You might find something interesting in there." And my ears perked up, and I was like, "Oh, is your husband in there? Let's have a butcher's." I opened the door, and there was a fucking Mark 1 Escort in there, all red, leather interior, like less than 3,000 miles on the clock. But,
becoming classics now.
yeah, when I came to buy the house, and it went through, and I rushed over to the house with the keys, and I opened the garage, I was like, "Yeah, no." The son took the car, and I was like, "Ugh." But yeah, that would fit in there easy. But yeah, again, I wouldn't give a shit about the miles. It's about making memories, enjoying it, because in theory, it's not a car that I'm going to keep. You know, I'd own it for that year. I'd enjoy it as much as possible, and when the time was right for the right price, it would be gone. But I would potentially
enjoy what you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'd potentially try and keep it for as long as possible. You know,
I know you said that if you did, well, would you say when? It's inevitable, as Furnace would say. But I know your boy would want it gold. Obviously, you would get it wrapped. But they say if you have it and then you try to sell it, the best colours to have it, if you're going to get it wrapped anyway, would be the black or the gun grey, because they sell quickest.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that at Romans International, because they done a little YouTube thing, and they said, "Oh, if you're going to buy one, but if you get it wrapped, get the wrap taken off." But they're the two fastest selling colours for the Lamborghini Urus. So I know that you've got the pearlescent orange and the kind of pearlescent lime green and stuff like that, and the yellow.
See, if the Urus was done, and I'm torn, because when you're out on the road and you see a bright orange Lamborghini Urus just roll past you, you're like, "Oh yes, give it a rev." But to own one in bright orange,
yeah, you just driving down the street, and then you look into the window of a shop that you're going by. It's like, twat. But it's just obviously you don't want to be like in everybody's face, kind of speak. So I'd probably go black, gun grey, or even red.
But again, we say that about the orange, but my boy wants it in gold.
Yeah, like chrome gold. Like who had that? Was it that traitor Aubameyang who's gone to Chelsea?
I wouldn't have it in chrome though. I'd have it in matte gold.
Oh, matte gold. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks.
That car doesn't need anything done to it. It is the car, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that could be bloody white, and people will still be looking at you and staring at you. It's just a car.
I mean,
you don't need to make it lime green so that people can see it. They'll know it's there.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But then again, because of the type of car it is, do you go bold or do you just go home? So do you get the most craziest colour out there? As in, would I get it in orange, knowing for the fact of it's BOTB orange, and they might want to borrow it at some point, and it's BOTB orange? I might get invited to more events because I'll bring the car down and that. But
yeah, you'll be the first person that takes it, because I don't think anybody, not to my knowledge, I don't think anybody's actually taken the Urus.
They haven't. They haven't taken the
For
Urus
you.
or the Huracan, and clearly not the STO.
They made with the money, didn't he, for that? He was an
Yeah.
Australian bloke, wasn't he?
I think even the Brabus, I think he didn't even take that neither. I think that was the cash that he took. So, as far as I'm aware,
He took the cash and something else.
you're glitching out, mate. Your mouth's not moving, but I can hear you.
Yeah.
I think the highest value car they've given as a prize so far is a Bentley. Because
Yeah.
Phil Bodycart, he took that. And I think, top of my head, a couple of others have taken that. I'm not sure. Now, don't quote me. Obviously, there's more winners before my time that they've won Ferraris, they've won fucking, all that sort of shit before it was actually on Facebook or before it was on the internet properly. But
Yeah.
yeah,
One of the things is, I mean, the car is a status. You roll around in an, I mean, you wouldn't need to advertise the fact, would they? They'd see it, they'd hear it. That'd be it. You don't need to. You don't need any bright colours on that. It's the car is the car.
Yeah, it's more that
If you get tinted windows, they'll be like, "Shit, who's in there? Who's got that?"
yeah, and
You know what I mean?
it's again more the fact that it's a car that I would never ever be able to own ever again.
No, exactly.
Like Christian's dream car, he now owns on a daily basis.
So
Like he's worked his fucking arse off, and good on you.
And he's getting that Lotus Emira this month as well.
Yeah, he's slogged his
So that is
guts
a nice car as well.
to get that dream car that he's always been after, and he's done it. And it, like he said tonight on stream, it's one of them type of cars that when you're driving it, it would be where it feels like it's fucking, it's an animal, it's a beast, it's alive. You twitch the little accelerator and it's like, I want to go. But
that's what you want though. That's like obviously with your dream cars, that's what you want. You want it to be fast and sleek and stuff like that. But like you were talking about the Brabus GLE, the guy that actually won that, was it this year? Can't remember if it was this year.
it's
Yeah,
If it was this year, but literally they went all the way to Brighton to pick him up, and they surprised him with obviously it wasn't there, but they picked him up from Brighton, drove all the way to Epsom, which is a 15-minute drive down to Kiln Lane to Mercedes where they had it. Obviously it wasn't a GLE Brabus, but they had that, and I thought, bastards, they could have chose me and I could have just they could have literally driven that to me or could have gone down with it. But to do that, they've, like you say, they do go out of their way to drive all the way from Brighton all the way to Epsom, which is probably about an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
It was like that bloke that won that M8, wasn't it? Up in was it the Shetlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, they paid for his travel and all
They
that.
threw him down, didn't they, just to show him the car?
Yeah.
Even for the 500, like flew him
Yes.
down. You know yourself, if they're going to fly you down, you've won. There would be no other reason BOTB would be contacting you.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Exactly. But I don't think they would have got me in that helicopter.
I would have gone on it. I would have gone, giz a fly. I'll take paddles. I've done enough of this on GTA, so come on. I'll show you my skills. I will roll.
But they would be the only two cars I would take the cash alternative on for me. Because around this area, people would just be too jealous and I'd probably prang it or something like that.
Yeah.
But the other cars that I play for, like obviously Nissans and the Audis, then I'll just take it.
Yeah, it's abs. We booted Kam off. It's It's a Godson takeover.
He's having a five, guys.
Yep. I told him that if he wasn't going to be prepared to pull his weight, and he's got a lot of weight, then that was that. I'm taking his logins. I'm changing his password to Cam Loves Five Guys, and he'll never get on the stream again. Hence why at the start of the video, he was telling you to go on to the other channel because he can't access this one anymore. So he's had to start all over again with 500 subscribers on the other channel. And I've just taken his 16,000 subscribers and I've gone, in a bit, Cam. Love you lots. Right, he's just had to nip off and do something. I think bang one out off the sideboard. You must be laying bricks. Can you just imagine that? What, me taking over the stream? As in, he can't get into it anymore?
He'd have a canary, wouldn't he?
I think he'd boot me out the WhatsApp and be like...
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, he'd be like, don't give a shit, you've won 3 times. Fuck off.
Who are you? You don't know who I am.
I'd just, if he put, who do you think you are? I'd be like, some kind of superstar. You have to swing it, shake it, move it, make it.
Sing it back to him. Oh dear.
Or I could just be the dickhead that everyone thinks I am and just be like, go on BOTB's website, check the cover photo out and just be like, that's who I am. That is who I am.
You know who I am. I don't need introductions.
The best comment ever was Imity.
BOTB.
They've done it again today, though. They've used the same picture and updated the same picture again today. Like, no, I appreciate it. Like, it's a picture of me, but there is other winners. Use their pictures, you know. You'll make a perfect presenter of BOTB. Maybe. And here we have the 2 latest winners on the downstairs. We have Dean. And that's all for today, folks.
Not a car win,
That's
but
what we need to do.
Your time will come, Steve. Keep positive, mate.
Yes, mate. You'll get it. BOTB should make you be the one to surprise the winners. Mate, I would brick it. Not even going to lie. Watch the Bentley win.
That's a big responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you just don't know how they're going to react. Like, obviously, I was like, if you take a look at the Range Rover win, I was fucking running around. I was like, yes, I've done it. And that's what I thought I'd be like with the Bentley. But the Bentley, when he asked me how do I feel, I was like, good. Like, what the fuck do you answer to that?
Yes, all right. Yeah.
You've just scared the shit out of me. You've got a camera in my face. And
2 people watching.
I have no clue what to say.
See, that's the reaction he wants, isn't it? He wants you to be a genuine shit.
Yes.
Oh my God. So, yeah, all right, whatever. It's like that woman that said, "Oh, I'll take the cash. I'll take the cash."
Yeah.
And she win the Audi or something. All she kept doing was it Range Rover or something?
The Range Rover, yeah. It was a Range Rover.
I'll take the money. That doesn't do nothing. I mean, some people are generally. I'd be like, I'd start crying. No, my luck.
I know I would.
It's all the emotions going to go straight through your head and go, isn't it?
I mean, it is the most emotional. That's all I can say it as, emotional roller coaster of an experience. Like,
Well, look at Tony's one.
yeah,
Yeah, that always gets me. Even though I didn't win, I
It physically fell apart.
get emotional. I get a bit of choked about watching it because he's won that for him, playing for so long. Got a nice house already, so he doesn't have to worry about it. But with his wife and his daughter as well, so it's just made up. And I would have said the same thing. I'm not going into work. I'll have the day off.
yep. And it again, like Tony's win. You can see it obviously, and to see that as a player, it's a case of fucking hats off. Like, I don't give a shit that I'm in zone 3 because this geezer deserves it. Like, look at his fucking face. Like, and you get some of the winners, like even myself. I look at my video for the Bentley, and I'm like, I look at myself, and I'm sat there thinking, well, why didn't you react? Why didn't you speak more? Why didn't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, it kind of looked as if it was fake because of my reaction was so non-existent. Like,
Delayed, isn't it, almost?
yeah, like when it was over, I went back to the office and I stood there and I was like shaking, everything, and I felt physically sick. The adrenaline that was rushing around, I felt literally as if I was about to throw up. I stood there, bawled my eyes out because I was like, what the fuck just happened? Picked up a delivery, walked out, jumped in the van and fucked off. And the whole day, because obviously around here you get nothing like that. Nothing had ever happened like that. Someone had just been murdered with a machete. So around here it was all obviously doom and gloom. And then someone wins a fucking near enough 200 grand car. Like, everyone's going to be talking about it, blah, 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 blah. My boss had never heard of it. So every person that he spoke to within the company and everything like that, they were like, he's just fucking won a Bentley and 20K. And do you know what I mean? It was like they were more excited for it, and until you get the holiday in the car, and then they're like, couldn't give a shit. You get the face like a fucking slapped arse.
So the best part of Tony's video is when they opened the boot, he's on the ground, he just nodded and went, yeah, that's fine.
He knew he played for that.
Oh, yeah, because, it's just when he started nodding and smile. But, yeah, that's in there.
It could have been 150 if you'd done the slider.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
100 grand, I could retire on that.
Obviously, when you know yourself, when you've played, if you win, if you've done the slider, you've got 50K in that boot. I knew because on the Bentley they cut it because he says, oh, there's one more thing. And they cut it to where I'm round the back of the car. Because when I was sat in the car, I was like, oh, yeah, the money. And I said it, but they cut it. So I knew about it straight away because obviously I played. My ex, who was the surprise contact, she knew that obviously there was the 20K there. But with my mum being the surprise contact for the Range Rover, she knew about the 20K again. So when I'm sat in the Range Rover, Christian was like, come on, you know the score by now. You know there's something else in the boot. And I was like, yep.
I always do the 50K no matter what. Yeah. Always. It's only £1.50.
To a lot of families, like, obviously the surprise contact gets phone called and they go, oh, he's won a car. But to have that additional, like, they know you've won the car, but as soon as you know you've won the car, you know that there's money in the boot that they don't know about. And that's kind of like a flip. There's two surprises, two reactions within one video.
Yeah.
And that's
you're surprised, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, that's good.
They done that with that other guy, didn't they? I can't remember. He was an Asian guy. He won Mercedes A45 plus 50 grand plus the 20 grand. But they had the 50 grand outside, but then they had the 20 grand in the boot.
Yeah.
So, or was it 30? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was 100. The car on 70 grand. I wish they would bring that back as well. But obviously, then that means prices would go up because obviously you're paying £1.50 for the 50 grand plus the ticket price of whatever car you're playing. So I don't know if they would add two quid or £1.50 again for the 20k. But
I always take 30k. That's all I play for.
Yeah, see, I mean, a lot of people might say that it's greedy. You know, a lot of people might say, fuck off and stop playing because you've won so many times. But if I'm allowed to play, I'm going to play. And it's a case of, if I won the Lambo, then why not just add that little bit, you know, like with the Bentley, it was a case of the Bentley was back then the highest prized vehicle, and the 20k was the maximum I could have put in there. But if the Lambo was to drop, that's the highest. Well, the Brabus I disregard because I fucking hate the Brabus, and I don't see how that is worth more than the Lambo. But if I win the Lambo plus the 50k, that's to me the highest prized car on the lineup, apart from like your STO and all that sort of stuff. But the Bentley, I took the cash, bought a house. Lambo, I'd keep, you know, and it'd just be the cherry on the top, you know, to do the fourth officially, you know, and then just to own the fucking Lambo. It'd be that would be. You can't even put it into words, really.
I think the reason why the reason why for the Mercedes Brabus is more is because there's not many made. Because the guy that won it, that I was talking about from Brighton to Epsom to be surprised with it, they said if you take this car and you don't take the cash alternative, you'll be the second person in England to own one.
Yeah.
So I think they're just rare. I can't remember if they said it's like they usually do with the app. There's one of 125 made, but I can't remember what the review was on it. But
see,
I think that's the only reason because they don't make as many as Lamborghini Urus have done.
If I saw one in real life, the Brabus, I might change my mind. But it's the value of it to me, because they've slapped a load of fucking carbon fiber on it and tarted it up a little bit. It does not make it more valuable than the status of a Lamborghini.
I think Carwell done an actually drag race with Yanni, with his Lamborghini Urus and the G. I don't know if it was a 700 or 800 because I think he paid a bit more extra for it to be, but it was slower than the Urus, which is weird to have a bit more horsepower than, because I think it's 640, isn't it?
The Lambo 640, yeah.
Yeah, 640. I know obviously the newer ones will have over 700 or whatever it is.
Yeah, so the Brabus is 7 and the Lambo 640, but the Lambo, the Urus is a beefed up fucking hurricane. Like, you know what I mean? It's on steroids. It's literally designed to fuck off.
Yeah.
The Brabus, it's got the road presence maybe, but it's not got the bones underneath the shell to do what it says on the tin. Yes, I've got 700 brake, but as soon as I put my foot to the floor, you're just going to be fucking spinning, sat on the spot. So.
Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot off.
Yeah, same here. My other half's getting up for work, so she started a new job on Monday. So, and I'm still at home, unfortunately. I had my physio for my wrist today, as I said, my tendons are like in my wrist. They're still very tight, but they've given me like a pamphlet of shitty exercises to do and whatnot. And my knee, I've got a second physio on the 20th.
Well,
And then I've got a meeting with my general manager on the 13th of this month, and I've been told to have heads up that they might let me go the second meeting I have with them.
At least it's not your dominant hand. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I'm right-hand dominant and right-footed as well. So, but yeah,
Why would you need your foot?
I've got a scratchy. I've got a scratchy end.
Like, I know that I've heard of fisting, but what the fuck are you doing to put your full foot in there?
I know.
What did you do?
Well, on
Climb
that
in?
note, I am definitely going.
Well,
Here's that hand again.
Stream can't end because Cam needs to come back to actually press end. So I've texted him, but he's come
What
back.
are you
But
doing?
I thought you could stop the video, or
No,
does it not work?
it says stop video, but I don't know if that does it. So I've messaged him anyway. He'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
He here. That was the best ever. I literally just went,